Hey guys, what's going on? It's Trevor from Team Monolith here, bringing you the loot news for the post-May 7th patch. So this patch brought in a few new really cool things, including the increase in spawn points and for items, as well as adding other items that haven't been spawning in. Also, they added the proximity voice, but that is nothing to do with loot, so I guess we're going to start off with the loot. So the AKM and the Saiga shotgun, two of the most common guns right now. Really easy to find, not really worth anything in a trade. So if you've been buying your attachments and stuff like that, just stop. Don't do it. Attachments are spawning everywhere in police stations and in grocery stores. Spawns the forward grip, the SMG grip, the flash hider, the ACOG scope, the holographic, the reflex, and the compact scope, as well as the pistol flashlight, rifle flashlight, pistol laser, and rifle laser, as well as the Swiss arm scope, which has been known to spawn up at Crystal Lake Resort. So everywhere in the map has been changed spawn point wise, so we're going to go through all of them one by one and sort of explain the main changes on it. So we're going to start off with Splinter. Splinter spawns military Rucks, ARs, which is M16, your M4, your Masada, and IBA Sand, as well as custom Guerilla and your minor melee weapons. So number 2, we're going to go to Shrute Farm, which spawns AKMs and Saigas up in the house, as well as occasionally in the barn area, but machetes and katanas spawn in the barn. Crossbows, food, medium backpacks, sort of everywhere else around there. Third, we're going to go up to Echoes, which really only spawns Saiga shotguns, food and water, and occasionally the medium backpack. So that's really just a place to farm zombies and stuff like that. 4, we're going to go to Smallville, which is a really big place for that. Police station and the grocery store spawn attachments, as well as ARs such as the M4 semi and pistols as well. The AKMs and the Saigas spawning inside the church. There's lots of meds in the medical center, as well as backpacks in the far house and also in the church. Our buddy Rob, who we play with, he swears up and down that he has seen a scythe, so I don't know whether that's true or not. I believe him on that one, but I have no idea. So keep an eye out for a scythe. I haven't seen one, but there might be one. Moving on to the 5th one, Clearview. There is a blazer in the middle white 2-story house that I found. The APCs spawn rare ammo such as the MP7, G36 ammo, as well as barricades and other things like that. The police station and the grocery store and the supermarket, obviously spawning attachments, as well as food. And there are many assault rifles that you can find around, as well as Saiga shotguns, AKMs, Mossbergs, and stuff like that in and around the outside farm areas. Moving on to the north, we go to Chico's Hideaway, Smith's Estate, Tyler's Ranch, Local Mountain Campsite, and Spring Ridge Trailer Park. Tyler's Ranch, double barrel shotguns and Mosins, the crashed helicopters, boonies, and food. Chico's Hideaway, Smith's Estate, not too much. The occasional gun, mostly food. And the Spring Ridge Trailer Park spawns M4s, Saigas, large and medium backpacks, and as Matt likes to call it, soup galore. So moving on, we're going to go to Crystal Lake Resort and Chandler's Cabin. Crystal Lake spawns katanas, Saigas, AKMs, stuff like that. Chandler's Cabin, they said anything, guns can even spawn there. The devs themselves said that, so keep an eye out open for that. So we're going to move down to Cottonwood Bend, Rifle Ridge, and Barth Farm, which do have a few things in them gun-wise, but it's mostly just going to be your survival items like food, water, and such. Moving down to Parkerville and Campo City. Campo City, Crossbows, SIG P226s, food. Not really any known rares. The one guy on our channel messaged us. ZapDewPin, we'll leave a link to him in the description and stuff like that because he helped us out a lot. Campos, he calls it Ammo City. The 5-story is now spawning on all floors, but obviously the first and the second are the best for it, as it was before, way before. There's lots of large backpacks. Campos is spawning tons of ammo, so keep an eye open for ammo. Obviously there are going to be guns and attachments in the police station and such and such. So we're going to be moving on to Hill Ranch and Oak Mountain Rest Stop. Hill Ranch had some pretty good stuff. Double barrels, Mossbergs, Saigas, food, pickaxes, crossbows, flare clips, Jerichos, and and so on, with a lot of food and other stuff like that. Oak Mountain Rest Stop, food, Krueger ammo, tack knife, nothing really that good. The tunnel really doesn't spawn anything that good anymore, which is kind of a disappointment, kind of a pretty big letdown, but we'll deal with it. Moving down to Mountain Crest. Mountain Crest, I found 50 caliber BMG ammo in one of the Humvees that is up at the front coming down from Devil's Pass and Hill Ranch. Also, crossbows, Krugers, melees, like hammers and metal baseball bats, Saigas, AKM. Time capsules seem to spawn a lot in this post office, but I mean, they spawn in all the post offices, so if you want those, you can find that. There's also some pretty decent meds, but we're going to move on right now to Delta Peak Ranger Station. 9x19 paramags, obviously attachments in the police station like we said earlier, fireman helmets, fire axes, and pickaxes near the fire station. Moving on to Fallsdale, there's food. In the grocery store, there's attachments. There's pistols and Mossbergs in the garage there. So if you want to find some stuff there, you can. The construction area, which is just to the left of Fallsdale, it's not really on this map area, but it really just spawns construction stuff like the wrench, crowbar, stuff like that, just kind of low melee weapons. So moving on, we're going to hit up Rocky Ford, food, ammo like arrows, meds, melees, nothing too crazy. I wouldn't go there if it's a bigger server because that seems to be a pretty big PvP spot, as well as Clearview. But moving on, Boulder City, there's one main building, potentially random boxes. Apparently it's extremely hard to get in there. I did a run through and it was extremely hard to get into anywhere, and I mean, it really just seems to spawn your basic items into, unless you hit up there's like 3 certain spots in it, and they spawn military items. Whitestone Mountain, food and water, attachments in the market area, and that's pretty much it for that. Sleepy Crest and Lone Tree Farm. Sleepy Crest has food, water, melee weapons, as well as SMG-20 ammo, which I found in that small little military encampment. Lone Tree Farm doesn't seem to have a whole lot, just like your melee weapons and stuff like that, the occasional shotgun. Anyways, moving on to the next part, we got the Ridgeway Airport and Hidden Forest. Ridgeway has always had really good stuff. It's keeping up its reputation with custom Guerilla armor, IBA sand, M4s, M16s, Masadas, Saigas, and there are still the random boxes, which you can find tons of stuff in, ranging from AW Magnums to AKS-74Us, all kinds of good stuff. Hidden Forest, in my opinion, not really worth it. It still has those hidden boxes, but they really usually only spawn food. There's a few melee weapons out there. There might be a shotgun or two. But, I mean, if you're at Ridgeway, you want to go down there. But if you're walking all the way from, like, Devil's Pass or something like that, that's not really worth it. So we're going to move up to Superior Junction and Patch Farm. Superior Junction has meds as well as some shotguns and other things like that. Patch Farm, it's a farm, so I mean, it's got your food, it's got some shotguns, it's got some melee weapons, just sort of your normal stuff, nothing really too rare up there. Glenwood Springs, really only spawn in food and such, nothing really too crazy there. You might find the occasional weapon, but it seems to just be filled with a bunch of zombies that will chase you through trees and broken ass woods and stuff. Anyways, moving up to West Boulder Meteorological Station. It still has the random boxes which can spawn anything, super rare stuff to super semi-rare stuff. Basically, it's kind of hard to get in there. There's a lot of zombies, so you might want to take a friend or just sort of try to not aggro as many zombies as you can. But yeah, so you'll find some decent stuff there, some ARs, some pistols, stuff like that, other food stuff. Moving on to Frosty Pines. Frosty Pines, MREs, meds, attachments in the police station and in the store there. You'll be able to find food and stuff in the diner as well as in the actual resort itself. And the Mount Massive Weather Station, just guns and food, nothing too crazy. No known item boxes that spawn there or anything like that. And lastly, we're going to come up to NORAD Military Base. I really like NORAD. NORAD has always been sort of a place that I like to sort of farm, because it does give you SIG 556s now, armor, large backpacks, stuff like that, military stuff. So, I mean, if you can figure out the best way to go ahead and get through all of that without getting hit, if you can get that down to a T, then you're perfect and you'll be fine on that one. But anyways, those are all the places that we've looked. We've pretty much taken the last few days. I went almost 2 days without sleep trying to find all these places and figure out everything that spawns. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been Trevor from Team Monolith. Hope you guys enjoyed Loot News. We'll be back with more stuff later. Have a good one, guys. I'm so disgusted with